So as you can see, I have just completed 10,000 kilometers on my Triumph Scrambler, and this moment deserves a few thoughts about my experience of living with the Scrambler and why I have managed to clock 10,000 kilometers without doing any major long trips, long destinations. Of course, I have traveled some 400-500 kilometers in and around the city, but not really long ones. Okay, and therefore I would like to share my experience of how it has been living with the Scrambler for this 10,000 odd kilometers. And I will go to my favorite destination, my favorite spot. It's a very scenic spot, very close to the cafe that I head to every Sunday. And what better place than this to talk about my favorite bike so far. So these are broken patches, but when you're on the Scrambler, you really don't feel anything. Muddy patches, broken patches, water crossings. I have done everything. Rocks, boulders, everything. This bike has literally lived through everything and seen everything, and it has stopped at none. So that has been the flexibility of my Scrambler. And today I will stop here and tell you that this beautiful destination and this beautiful motorcycle, why both of them are part of my journey and why both of them matter so much in my travel so far. Well, you can see the sun. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Drop. You have the lovely sun and the clouds playing the game of sun and shade, and you can have the beautiful, you can see the beautiful Scrambler, a little modded. So I have added the front beak, I have added the aux lights, I've added the rear carrier actually for my top box, and that's all. Scramblers actually look best when they are bare bones, in their basic elements, rather than with a lot of fittings. And it's a little muddy, not much. I have really not been to an off-road section today, but well, coming to my experience of living with a Scrambler for this 10,000 kilometers, it's nothing short of a wonderful machine, I can tell you. And you can see these tires, they are a little fatter than I would have liked, according to me, because they kind of offer some kind of a road resistance and frictional resistance, but it's quite a grunty machine. So at the bottom end there is absolutely no problem. It only gets a little vibey above 140 km per hour, but till 120 km per hour you can comfortably cruise on this machine, so you don't have a problem at all. Is beautiful, and the bottom end is extremely smooth and grunty. I love the sound, but sound is also a different individual preference, but I love the way it sounds. It's a very nice beat when you close your helmet visor, and you will enjoy it throughout your journey. It's not annoying, it's quite pleasant. And the headlight is something that's something of a sad story. I do not know, it's kind of a joke. So you need the aux lights. I have fitted the Mad Dogs pair of lights, and they do the job decently. And so far I didn't have any major crash or fall, but I had one problem with the radiator guard, because the coolant liquid was leaking at some point of time, because something had come and hit the radiator fan. The fan got damaged and it was really not cooling the liquid, so therefore the liquid was actually getting very hot and it started overflowing. But it was done within the warranty period, so everything with the radiator fan, everything was changed. The coolant was changed by the company, free of cost. Other than that, I have absolutely no problem. The fun with this machine is that it's as adept in city limits as it is on the highways, because it can cruise at 120, as I said, easily. And in the city also it is quite nimble, so it can filter through gaps, through crevices. I have done a video exclusively on city ride with the Scrambler, and you can look at that. And I almost used to commute to office every day at some point of time on my Scrambler without any problem at all. So city potholes, city speed breakers, it absorbs everything with aplomb, no issues at all. So if you are looking for a single bike in a garage, and you want something that will take you to your weekend adventures as well as your office commutes on an everyday basis, look no further. This is a wonderful machine because it's got a suspension travel of 150 mm at both ends, and that gives it a very good pliant ride quality, which you will probably not get with some of the other bikes which have a shorter suspension travel. I prefer bikes with longer suspension travel, and you should also go for one provided you can manage the height, because with longer suspension travel, most of the cases what happens is that the seat height increases. At 835 mm, this is a tallish bike, and if you're less than 5'8" or 5'7" like me, then you need to be really skilled to handle this kind of seat height. If you are okay with the height, I think this is the best bike on offer right now within this price range, 3.5 lakh rupees. The Scrambler XC is also not available. I have not ridden that. So that comes with the wide spoke wheels and tubeless tires, so it's about 27,000 rupees costlier than this model. But I think those are little bit of extremities, so you will need them only if you are into hardcore off-roading, because I am not into that kind of an off-roading. But of course that will absorb shocks better with the cross spoke wheels than this. But I never had a broken rim or anything like that. I have actually not jumped over boulders, but I have gone on off-road sections as well. So that's my short review of the Scrambler. In case you are planning to go for one, go ahead with eyes closed. Very little problem, very little expense. It is not an expensive bike to maintain. I used to own the GS310 before that. It was probably 3 times more expensive to maintain. The parts are quite inexpensive, and there are a lot of service centers nowadays of Bajaj Triumph everywhere, so you have absolutely no problem. And if you like these reviews, do hit subscribe to my channel, and do keep coming back, because I keep on posting contents that are related to these two-wheeled wonders and related to the places or destinations that I travel to.
Two modifications I would suggest which are really necessary if you go for this bike. One is the aux lights. They will really light up the path, because the headlights do not do a great job. Second is the upper and lower engine crash guards. They will really save your bike from some serious damage. And the third are the tires. The stock tires are good but not very sticky around the corners. The stock tires are hard compound, so they will last very long, so I'm waiting for them to complete another few thousand kilometers before I make a switch.